This is the John Brown Alliance, where we don't fear, we fight. We know the assignment, so let's get it on. I'm going to say right away, like and subscribe to this video before I get too long-winded. It'll bring it up in the algorithms a little bit so you can get some more information on us. And if you're not interested in us, we understand that too. The difference between MAGA now and what is going on and what has gone on during the Civil War and the Revolutionary War is MAGA hides behind guns, computers, and the media. And fourth, the money, I will say. Usually I don't comment on things like this because it's below my level of intelligence, I think. But I think it's about time that I pop the fuck off. Because I was watching Coach D Speaks today. And I can't tell you how moved I was by his video. And I say moved because I've been often asked, did I hit a nerve? No, you don't hit a nerve with me, because first I have to give a fuck that you exist. But what does bother me is when certain people say certain things to certain people and other people don't jump in on their behalf. So I'm going to do this for someone that I think is a warrior and a credit to this country. So I'm watching Coach D Speaks, as I said, and I see this video that was posted by Loomer, where she went on to show the video, and then she called, and I quote, Jasmine Crockett Shaniqua, and a hood rat. Like I said, I'm fixing to pop the fuck off. First of all, who the fuck do you think you are? I don't understand what's up with these MAGA women and how they think they can talk down to black women. Now, this has been able to happen and fester over about 9 years, where we had these dog whistles that really meant the N-word. Well, here, I think we're here now. I honestly think we're here. So first of all, Laura Loomer, let me tell you something about yourself. You are over your skis and way the fuck out of your league. There is no doubt about that. Now, I don't know what punch these white women drank where all of a sudden they can sit here in 2025 and talk to people and call them out of their name and it not be met with some kind of retribution. I don't know what happened. I really don't. What I do know is these people hide behind their computers. They hide behind Donald Trump. And without that and their entourage and their protection from the United States government, Project 2025 and all these rich millionaires, they would get their ever-loving asses whooped. And you know what? They will never walk through Washington, D.C. without a gun or without their entourage. You know why? Because they're cowards. They can't do that. Each and every person, from every member of Congress, Donald Trump, Laura Loomer, his White House speaker, all of them, none of them travel without an entourage. Because they have always been cowards since day one. And they use the system against us. Because not a one of them that's talking shit about us, if they were caught in a bathroom somewhere, would be able to take a beat down. And one thing I do not like is somebody that talks a bunch of shit and can't back it up. Because let me tell you something about me. I'm the type of bitch that will give you an address to report to. And I will be there. And you come without your guns and all your bullshit, and let's hash it out. I'm not all about this talking back and forth shit. And neither should any Democrat be at this point. Because what they're telling you right now is they aim to make you dead. They aim to take away all of your rights. They've taken away everything else. What more do you have to lose? But I digress. I don't believe this greasy looking, pasty ass, nasty bitch had the audacity to call Jasmine Crockett Shaniqua and a hood rat. On Laura Loomer's best day, she could not clean Jasmine Crockett's bathroom. This was absolutely disgusting. What the fuck did she do anyway? All she does is run around and put her head inside Trump's nasty ass 80-year-old diaper. Does she have a job? Does she have a man? We'd like to see him. We'd like to see her credentials. You know why you don't see them? Because she has none. Because the entire Trump administration is trash. And they were built by people who used to have some kind of reputation in the GOP that now have become trash. And everything they touch turns to garbage. And that's what the American judicial system is turning into. Now the legislative system is turning into garbage. And the whole world is laughing at us. And unfortunately, the whole world thinks all of us voted for this, and we didn't. This is not 1964. Let's get that straight right off the bat. Okay, I didn't grow up looking down at the street when somebody white walked past. I grew up when somebody called you the N-word, you kicked the living shit out of them. Don't let your president get your ass whooped. That's advice, piece of advice number one. Number two, if you're all that big a deal, then instead of having UFC fights at the White House, why don't you have them in RFK Stadium and put all these white bitches in there with all these black women from DC and see how they fare with no weapons and no entourage. I'm getting sick and tired of people that look like me being insulted in this way. There is not nothing we can do about it. We can call them out. And just like the Epstein files, we need to do it every day. Because I know in my heart of hearts, if these bitches met us on our streets without their entourage, their internet, and their bullshit, and their guns, they would get their asses whipped. So is this an invitation? Exactly. I'm going to give you the same invitation we gave to the Ku Klux Klan in 1998. Get off the keyboard, put your guns down, stop hiding behind your National Guard and your, all your security detail and all that kind of bullshit. And since you hate us so much, why don't you meet us where we are? Bring your white asses, okay, to the blackest cities in the country with no one else but you. And see how well you do. Bring your colors even. But leave your guns at home. Because this is a war you're not going to win, even with all those things. So what you need to do is check yourself before you wreck yourself. But another thing you need to stop doing is stop insulting leaders like Jasmine Crockett. Because this nasty ass trailer park bitch is going to get her shit fronted big time. These are the same people that promote now promote pedophilia, rape, extortion, grifting, embezzlement, and every kind of crime you can think of. But before too long, the only crimes that are going to be committed are going to be committed by white people connected with MAGA. And anybody else is going to be either sent away or put to death. And if you don't think I'm serious, look again. It has happened before, not only in Europe with Jews. It's happening in Gaza, and it has happened in America before with people of color and Native Americans. So what you need to do, even though, like I said, I love peaceful protest, but there comes a time when the only thing people understand is the language they speak. And we need to start speaking MAGA language. Physically. Physically. And politically. Not only that, we need to prepare for a realization that the United States of America has not been ready for. No authoritarian government has ever been overthrown by an election. So remember that. Even if there was an election, there has always been violence. I hate to say it, but that's where we are. So there's going to come a time, probably before Christmas, I'm predicting, where you're going to have to decide which side you're on. Either you're going to keep ignoring the news, acting like nothing's happening, saying there's nothing you can do, and all that kind of stuff. But unlike you, I'm not going to sit around and wait for Armageddon. I'm not going to sit around while my neighbors are being attacked. I'm going to do everything that I can do. But right now, the law is exhausted. The process is exhausted. The Supreme Court is absolutely corrupt. And are now trying to overturn interracial marriage and the Second Amendment right for transgender people. You people need to wake the fuck up. But in the meantime, you white bitches need to stop talking shit. Because right now, you're putting a target on your back with this bullshit. You really are. And we never forget. And we never forgive. This is the John Brown Alliance. If you see something wrong, do something right.